what an extraordinary few days. Donald Trump appearing in court in Miami. Nicola Sturgeon arrested. How sad. And above all, Boris Johnson outraged that his House of Lords list got cut down. And we've now seen the truth this morning that the committee found he had willfully misled Parliament. And I have to admit, when he stood up there at PMQ saying there were no parties, it seemed to me to be ludicrous. How could he not have known what was going on through the gossip mill that is politics in Westminster? He's gone. He's left Parliament, and I think he will be driven out of the Conservative Party. They will never have back somebody who's caused 3 by-elections, 2 of which they look very likely to lose. He's literally gifted the seat, to Labour in West London. We'll see with the others, but that will be seen as an act of total disloyalty. He's done with the Conservatives. Does he have a future in politics? Now, I've been speculating on this for the last few days. Here's why. Rishi Sunak is said to be a Brexiteer. I don't believe a word of it. I never saw him on the campaign trail. And with Jeremy Hunt there as Chancellor, they've decided to scrap all of Jacob Rees-Mogg's proposals to get rid of thousands of EU laws. That leaves us much closer to the EU than we need to be. He's also put this awful Windsor framework into place, which permanently cuts Northern Ireland off from the rest of the UK. And when it comes to the Channel migrant crisis, well, apart from just, willfully deceiving us by saying the numbers are being reduced, which in the last couple of days we can see that they've not, he isn't really going to push anyone back to France because he wants as good of relations as possible with the European Union. And he's leaving the door open for a Labour government to come in and sign us straight back up to the single market. David Lammy, Shadow Foreign Secretary, has said the number one priority of the Labour Party in foreign policy will be the European Union. So the stage is set for us to rejoin the single market, which, given we haven't scrapped the legislation under the Tories, is an easy thing to do. The stage is set for us to become an associate member of the European Union. And when all this is done, it will be Brino. Brexit in name only. And I do put a lot of the blame for this at the door of Boris Johnson and his government. Sure, they had the pandemic to deal with, but they have not got on with the job. They've not reduced immigration. They've not got rid of the regulations. But if Johnson has one legacy from his time as PM, it is that we left the European Union. And I have a feeling that in the years to come, there may well be another battle for Brexit, because once we are taking all those single market rules, associate members, the argument will be, well, if we join, we'll have something of a say. Now, I think for Labour to put that to the public would be one hell of a risk, but we have to prepare ourselves. There's no doubt that the Brexit that we voted for has been wasted by the Conservatives and may be completely betrayed by Labour. And that's where Boris, with all of his faults, comes in. He's got that legacy to preserve. I have as well. And at some point in the future, we may have to fight together to make sure we keep the independence of our country. I can't think politically within the United Kingdom of a more depressing period of time since the 1970s. But in the end, we will pull through. On that note, enjoy the sun.